welcome to this episode of Pardon Your French podcast. I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we are here at my house today after going to the market this morning.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we've attempted to do a podcast since
April. It was the last one was the year of.
Yeah, our year anniversary. Then we did a little weekend Brocon series. So we did create some content. And we did actually record an episode when we were there. But
there was a lot of background noise and there was a lot of dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
I still got another video that I need to, which is 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
The beautiful interview, actually, with Juliet and Paul Herbert. So big shout out to them because they sat with me and we had a little chat and their story is just wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, and they're one of the longest standing expats around, which I think is just great. And they were just such a lovely couple. And the reason for the Brocon, you know, to help local charities and women's shelters and stuff, I think is just, you know, great. But there was so much community there, lots of, you know, people coming through, wasn't there?
And different generations of community as well. So like their kids, their daughter and son-in-law were there with their grandchildren. It was really cute. And like I said, different generations. So there are people who had only been there quite recently moved, and then there are people that had been here for 20 years. And so it was really nice to kind of meet the community that they had built over time. So much talent in one place. I was in awe actually, because I was like the artists as well, and then the musicians, and you know, the jewelry, and Lex and Linda were there from, you know, the Coppercock, and you know, we met Beer Matt, didn't we? Yeah.
Matt from Beer Matt, and it was just so nice to see a variety of different products.
So big shout out to Coppercock Distillery as always. He had his new etched coasters.
Beautiful and so heavy. The quality of them is fantastic.
Yeah, it was
anything good. They do is amazing. And Anna was there as well from Beauvillage.
Yeah.
So it was nice to have a little chat to them about French property market, how it is at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's just a wonderful day and just so many different things, and then, you know, the music in the background.
Yeah.
It was just pure France.
It was so good.
I think.
And it was a beautiful, beautiful day on the first day. Bright sunshine, like none of us could actually cope with it.
Yeah.
It was hot
and
enough.
I again
we
wasn't
struggled.
dressed appropriately
totally
in black.
Inappropriately dressed again in all black. But it was hot, and then day 2 was a bit more temperate, and it was better for us. But then it had that closeness, that like storm coming feeling.
Yeah, and then the fish and chip van were there, so we got our beautiful petit poisson fish and chips, and then all of a sudden the heavens opened, which felt like out the middle of nowhere, and just just poured hard pouring rain for about 10 minutes, and then it just stopped again.
But ever since that, like I'm not gonna lie, that knocked us for 6, because it's like season started, we had that, and we've just been so busy since. You're in the process of doing the house sale, I'm in the process of wedding season, and
family and cooking and shops, and now just an extra layer, the heat. So if you're listening to this now, you're, you know, probably sat out in sort of, or hiding hopefully, in 35-40 degree heat, and you have to be so careful because so many people have already passed in France due to the heat, and it's trying to stay hydrated, doing your jobs early in the morning, isn't it? And then hibernating. I mean, it's not even been cooling down till 9, half 9 at night.
Yeah, I mean, I've been laughing with a few people about this actually, because it was freezing cold. First wedding of the season, it was absolutely freezing, blowing a hoolie. We thought we were going to be sick the next day because of being out in it. And trying to, you know, you're trying to look like you're working a wedding and respectably clothed, but really you just need a woolly hat and a jumper and all this stuff. So we were struggling that first wedding, and we were all saying at the same time, like, yeah, but next week it's going to be 30 degrees and then we're going to die.
And then you can't, when you say...
There's no build-up.
It's going to be 30 degrees, your body's like, yeah, but that I haven't felt like that for such a long time. I've forgotten what it feels like. And then on days like today, you're like, oh God, I remember that feeling and intensity of it. So I am trying to hide myself, but I nearly decapitated myself yesterday on a lawnmower. So I do look weird on camera normally, but especially today because my neck is so freaking sore and it's crunching. You know, when you can hear it all crunching in your ears. So you
drove into, what, a clothesline or something? What?
No, a tree branch.
Just a tree branch. Like a normal... You had a cap on and you just didn't see it come in?
I had a hat on because of the heat. I had my headphones on because, you know, for the noise and music. And I was rushing. And I thought I'd clocked it. And I was like, bash. No, I haven't. And my head just flew backwards. My headphones flew off the top of my head. I was like, don't run them over. Whatever you do, don't run over your headphones. And, felt a bit concussed. But I had to carry on because I'm like, oh my God, it's going to get hotter. You know what I mean? I don't have...
Finish before it gets too hot.
A second go at this. And, so anyway, so I nearly ambuled myself.
Oh, no.
Lucky I wasn't wearing pearls. But that's, something else I've been up to. But we've been hanging out, but we haven't filmed it, but we've had messages going, where are you girls? What's going on? I hope you're all right. So the fact that everybody listens is, and asking if we're just surviving. Yeah. I'm in pure survival mode at the moment, I feel.
Well, the busyness, and we knew this was coming.
Yeah.
But just being able to coordinate the same day for each other has been tricky. There's been so many school holidays. And it's crazy to think. We started last year doing the podcast.
Yeah.
And, we winged it so much that we managed to get...
On a Tuesday we filmed, and it went out on a Friday. But today we're filming on a Friday. It is literally just trying to fit life in. Yeah. And scheduling this time of year can be more tricky.
Yeah.
But again... we get there when we get there, and I think for us it's good that we're not pressurizing ourselves to
I mean, we did think we were going to do it every week, and now we're like, actually every week is a lot.
It might be every other week, but also the amount of people that we met from doing events and things, the quality of people that we've got and the content coming is amazing. We've got some Pardon Your French podcast t-shirts designed, so we're going to get those made up in the next few weeks, which will be very exciting, because I found when we went to the event and they're like, oh, you're Pardon Your French podcast, but I don't know which one you are, because
we need name tags.
I'm going to get our names on the back or something, because they're like, are you Stephanie or Vanessa? Because they hear our voices, but they maybe don't watch the YouTube
see
channel.
The videos. It was so lovely to meet, because we don't often get to meet a lot of our community that listens, and we are spread out across the globe now, and some of the people we already knew ahead of time and things like that, but to meet people who listen that we didn't know were listening,
because
that was really wonderful.
Talking to Beauvillage, Anna from Beauvillage, and there was a lady who was like, oh, you do the podcast? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, we live in Australia. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, that's absolutely bizarre. But I think there was a connection that they come here on holiday and maybe turn up to your jams and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, that's super cool. But it's officially now 70 countries and 437 territories. Which I think is just bloody balmy.
Yeah.
I said to Carter about it, my little boy, and he was like, oh my God, what do you mean people listen in Australia and Morocco? And I was like, it's just for shits and giggles. I think people they tune in, which is amazing. Yeah, but I look back and I do think, we did a lot. We've done a lot. But there's so much more cool stuff coming our way, isn't there?
Yeah. As soon as we get our shit together, we'll let you guys know.
It might take a week to get over this heat wave, though. Why do people complain about the weather so much? I'm a classic one for it, but...
It's a British problem.
Do you know Americans not complain about the weather?
Do we complain about the weather? My dad's here, by the way. So my dad has made the long journey from Thailand. This is another reason I'm drinking a little lunchtime beer over here.
I think it's the law. Obviously, I can't because I've got to drive and go and pick my child up from school. So I'm on the water and the coffee.
Over here drinking.
Who knew? Childless and happy.
Well, should we move on to podcast number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Dougie takes a hot, and it will be a hot seat.
Yeah.
It's Into the hot seat,
damn. Dougie. Come,
God
Dougie,
damn.
come. Anyway, welcome to this episode of Pardon Your French podcast. I'm Vanessa.
I'm Stephanie.
And we're here today with my father,
Doug.
Dougie! So, my dad's here visiting for a month, which is brilliant. We put him in the Jeep. He's got his own car. Well, he had his own car. And...
It's temporary. The blue roller skate is temporarily out of service.
Yeah, so he's rented an electric car, which is hilarious. They were like, you can have a bigger one. And he goes, no, I just want the one that I rented. They're like, you could have a petrol one. And he was like, no, let's stick with the one I rented. And so my dad and I had a really brilliant little excursion down to the market parking lot. Down in the bottom, they've got fast chargers. So we spent like 20 minutes figuring out how to get the app and how to hook his card into it so that we could then use the fast charger. Because it's not just like a petrol station where you go down and you give them money and they give you electricity. You have to create an account on an app, and then you have to find the one where you are, and then you have to turn it on. And
it seems silly that you wouldn't be able to just shove bills in there,
or a car, or
like a vending machine.
Like any other petrol pump in the whole fucking world. So in France, at least the ones down in Rebrac, they are through a specific app that you have to download and all that stuff. Okay. So we were hilarious because we're like, oh, can we make it work? Well, he doesn't have a French mobile phone. So it was like, no, it's not available in your region. Right. So he created an account, and then I had to download the app to be able to use it. And then we did finally get it working, and we were like, high five! Awesome, let's go have a beer. So we went to Cologne and had a beer while we waited for his car to fast charge.
And how long did it take?
We don't know. We had
the charging... Yeah, we were gone for long enough so that it was completed by the time we got back.
I mean, it's fast.
12 euros,
is that what it charged?
12
like euro 30. Yeah. It was at 50-something% though.
Yeah,
so
and we got it up to 100, which is, you shouldn't do that. You should only go to 85.
Definitely not in the heat, but it's not your battery, so you don't care about that.
Your car is...
Are they modern lithium ion, or are car charging batteries different?
Pretty sure that's a modern lithium ion in there,
But so it was pretty funny because, I was like, how is anyone supposed to fucking do this?
I don't have a clue.
Yeah, this is it. It was like, one, you have to speak French. Yeah, so if you're a foreigner with a higher car...
Well, you can just... but I could just, take picture, Google Translate, camera, and go through that. You can execute it. It's just a problem to be solved like any other problem.
But it was just funny because I was like, oh, thank God there's nobody, there's not a queue.
Yeah.
Because we're there for long enough that you're thinking, okay.
Yeah, people would have definitely harumphed.
If it were a petrol station, you'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah, so we had that little adventure. That was day one.
So what else have you got planned for your stay? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Well, I think I'm going in the pool this afternoon.
Fabulous.
He's like, I could really enjoy being in the pool right now.
We're also, this evening, we're going to see...
Catch Fire,
a local band.
At the Handsome Boar.
With our friend Rick, who plays lead guitar in that band, doesn't he?
I think they've called him in to play bass, actually. But he used to play lead guitar when they were a different formation.
He's an excellent bass player.
Yeah.
As well as
a lovely guy.
Yeah, and he's a sweetheart.
Just a sweetheart.
Very sweet.
Yeah. So we're going to go do that out at La Jamaille. So that will be
I really want to go to eat. I haven't been back since we went and sort of filmed the podcast there. So,
obviously, aside from the French trip, my dad's also in the process of moving abroad from California to Thailand.
Yes.
Which is super cool.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
And it's not been the first place you've looked. So initially you kind of looked around here and I said, no. Initially kind of came abroad. You looked here a little bit and I was like, no, I'm not. I moved to a different country because I didn't want my family on top of me. And then you checked out Spain.
But France is really, really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a top choice.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have to deal with somebody who doesn't want you in the
Do you
same
want me to adopt you,
country?
Oh, please.
I could totally deal with 2 dads.
All right.
And
you
then
help him
Carter.
you gotta help him get his car back. Let's see how that
I'm not good
goes.
for that, Danny. That's where I
was
go.
literally like day 3. Okay, so this is a perfect
Send him back.
example of
boy.
like just I've had to do it for myself. I have to do it for my husband. It's
I think
hard
we should
enough.
get back on track here.
Back on track. So second place you kind of looked was Spain. So you were checking out Spain a bit.
I spent a
you
month
struggled.
near Benidorm. I forget the actual...
In the suburbs.
Started with an A. Anyway, yeah, suburbs of Benidorm, and boy, Benidorm is really a lot. You know,
I could not imagine you there.
No, I thought there may be a future, you know, playing music in Benidorm or something, but it's just so overrun by...
It's a lot, isn't it?
It's too touristy and everything. It's not for me. So then we went to Denia a couple of years later in Spain, which is also kind of like about an hour and a half away from Benidorm. And that's a lovely place. It's a little less, but it's still quite a touristy location.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I learned, which I didn't know before I came to Europe, is that basically anywhere on the coast in Spain is quite overrun by British tourists. Which I just didn't know. I'm speaking Spanish to people, and they're like, you may as well just speak English to me. And you're like, what? And they go, I'm English. And you go, oh. Yeah. You know, so for me, that was like a slight disappointment because I just didn't know.
Yeah.
But you struggled as well, just wildlife-wise, you know.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't stand the lack of birds in Spain. It's like... Somewhere, everybody killed off all the birds. And you can hear the cicadas at night or in the afternoon, but we were in a pretty lush, we had a nice, beautiful neighborhood, backyard with a pool and stuff at an Airbnb there, and just no birds.
And lots of mosquitoes.
And the only time we saw birds... We're on the golf course. We saw some doves, and you don't really see there wasn't really a lot of wildlife in terms of birds there. So anyway, that was disturbing to me, and so I kind of wrote Spain off at that time. Although I've only been to a few places along the coast, so. Yeah, it's hard to write off an entire.
Well, we did go to northern Spain as well, and it was really nice. But then you were kind of like, I've got a criteria for temperatures, which you would suffer here as well. The winter was too extreme,
it is a little
and the summers, like now you're more comfortable because you've spent some time in Thailand where it's fucking oppressively hot.
It can be oppressively hot, yeah. But then I went to Portugal to the Algarve. Yeah. And I spent some time in the Algarve. I love the Algarve. It's lovely. It also has a lot of foreign tourists. If you live a little farther inland off of the beach, you can be in more of a rural township where you're living among the Portuguese people, and that's nice. I love the crime rate in Portugal, which is apparently non-existent. The drug policy in Portugal is appealing to me. Not that I'm doing drugs, but just that they don't make a big deal out of it, and it's not central to their crime policies or anything. They've just kind of eliminated that as a criminal enterprise.
Yeah. And then, so Portugal, what kind of turned you off about that?
Absolutely nothing.
You just happened to then decide to do a trip to New Zealand and Southeast Asia. Right. My sister lives in New Zealand.
Yeah, so I went to New Zealand to visit Madeline and my only granddaughter, and we had a lovely visit there for 10 days or something, and then I went from there to the Philippines. And I only went to one place in the Philippines. I went to Cebu Island, and it has real infrastructure problems. There's not enough roads to support the amount of driving that occurs. So if you want to go 10 kilometers, it could take you 2 hours or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
The water delivery infrastructure is really flawed, so that the big resorts at the end of the road, they have to truck water into them because the water pressure is so low by the time it gets there. So big problems with infrastructure on Cebu Island in the Philippines. Then I went to Thailand, and I was like, wow, they have great roads that are in really stellar condition. I mean, there's some really wacky things about the way they route traffic and whatnot, but it overall, the roads are fantastic. The water delivery is great, although I wouldn't necessarily drink the water or even open my mouth in the shower. But they do deliver water to all the homes and hotels and so forth. And so and I enjoyed Thailand. I think I spent maybe 2 or 3 weeks there, and then I went off to Vietnam, where I spent 10 days. And I may have chosen poorly when I chose a place to visit in Vietnam. I went to Vung Tau, which is, as it turns out, a weekend vacation place for people from Saigon or Hanoi. It was wonderful in that I didn't see any European tourists really at all.
But also difficult.
And I mean, but it was fantastic in that I could, you go out onto the street market and street food streets, and you get hot pot and banh mi, is it called?
Yeah,
the sandwich.
Yeah.
And just fantastic stuff. So a delightful thing, but also just kind of weird, and the beaches were filthy, and it was so warm, the South China Sea. You had to swim out a few hundred meters before it was cool enough, to be refreshing. Yeah. And so that was unappealing. And then I went to Tokyo because my flight home came from Tokyo. And
what do you think of Japan?
Well, Japan is just amazing. It's really a remarkable place, but it's very expensive. Yeah. So that
it wasn't a retirement option.
No, it kind of got eliminated out of hand just due to its cost.
Yeah. So what stops you from wanting to retire somewhere else in the United States? Like, a typical retirement place to go would be, say, Florida.
Oh, well, Florida is Florida, so.
No,
and I hope you don't get any angry messages from Floridians. I'm sure there's all kinds of wonderful things about Florida. I don't know it that well.
But you're an explorer, aren't you?
I am.
You like to experience
one of the things
change.
that I liked about the idea of moving to Europe was that you're in Europe, and you can hop on a admittedly awful Ryanair flight.
Sorry, Ryanair.
I mean,
we appreciate your cheapness.
Yeah, hey, they're willing to take a sponsorship. But you could hop on the blue and yellow and go anywhere for 50 euro or something, and plus additional baggage fees and
the taxes,
and maybe a 6-hour delay inside of an air conditioned.
Don't forget the bus ride.
Yeah.
Sometimes you spend more time on a bus on Ryanair than you do on the aircraft.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so the beauty of being in Europe is that you're in Europe. You could actually drive to Croatia or Prague or just anywhere you want that's in Europe. That was one of the things that appealed to me about living abroad, as opposed to, and the cost.
Yeah.
It's impossible to live even in Florida for 2 or 3 times what you can get something for in Thailand. And, Thailand is just ridiculously inexpensive. And it's fairly easy,
Yeah.
The visa process was fairly simple. If you get a visa agent, they can be very helpful. when I return, I'll go and get a Thailand driver's license, and that will be fairly inexpensive and easy process.
And they're a right-hand drive country, which I didn't know until he came back here and was like, I'm inconveniently driving on the wrong side of the road. And I'm like, Dad! And he's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, that's not the worst part. The worst part is you go to make a turn and you turn on your windshield wipers.
I do that all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I'm like,
and you've been here a long time.
And I've been here 5.5 years, but I go in between a French car and an English car.
Same.
So they're on the different, and I'm like, oh God.
Same.
So do you think you're going to settle in Thailand?
Well, I just signed a year lease, so...
Which is super cool.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
And it's a nice house, and I think I'll enjoy living there. For me, food and preparing food is a central part of life, and not a lot of people do that in Thailand. Almost everybody goes out to eat 80% of the time. So kitchens in Thailand are not very well equipped. The house I rented is 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. It has in the kitchen it has a refrigerator, full-size refrigerator, which is also a little unusual. Full-size refrigerator, a sink, and a 2-burner electric stove. So...
That's
no oven.
Yeah.
Oh, microwave.
Yeah, but how friggin' hot would it be if the oven were on inside?
Well, yeah, and there's no AC in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I have split air conditioning units in all the bedrooms and the great room, or family room, living room. But no AC in the kitchen. I've been thinking, well, at my own expense, I could install one there.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking, maybe I'll just buy a nice barbecue that has oven capability.
Yeah, the plancha
and a couple of burners on it.
Yeah.
And you have an excellent outdoor space. You've got a swimming pool that's in the shade all day.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, I mean, you thought it through.
The shaded swimming pool is a key element.
Yeah. This is the thing, one of the things we talk about is, until you've experienced it for a while, knowing, one of the things that you struggled with is that you just bought a house, and then you go, actually, this wasn't really the best for this situation. This wasn't really the best. So you went out there, you've gone back. So you went out there initially, and you
Scope it out.
Stayed somewhere. Then you went back and did a recce.
Yeah.
And stayed in a condo, and realized you weren't a condo person.
Right. Not old enough.
Not old enough. And then also, even we have the same problem. When it's really hot, we want shade in our pool.
Yeah.
And so we always end up rigging up some kind of ridiculous canopy cover thing.
I've been here when that's happened.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of thing. You knew a shaded pool to keep it cool because it's so hot.
Yeah.
And the air conditioning, and it's funny because you're also not an air conditioning guy.
It's true.
We get in the car and he rolls the window down. And until last year, when you came to visit and it was 40 degrees for that week, you were like, I prefer to have the window down. And I'm like, it's 30 degrees and I want to kill you, but okay. And then it turned 40 and you were like, actually, I think I might be an air conditioning person. He's like, let's crave that. So you've accepted the fact that you haven't acclimated 100%, and other people have told you do get more used to it.
Yeah, I rode an elevator with a guy who sounded like he was from the USA. He said he'd lived in, Asian countries for 15 years, and he's like, you get used to it. I'm dripping wet. I had just been outside. It was a day where it was 35, feels like 44.
Yeah.
Wow.
44 is 106 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, muggy.
So it's really, really untenable. And yet this guy is dry as a bone. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll get used to it.
Yeah.
But, if you manage things properly and if you have air conditioning and the electricity, a key element in Thailand is you want to make sure when you rent a place that you're getting the government rate for electricity, not an expanded rate that that the landlord sets up. On top of the government rate. So,
you've had so many adventures and you've gone so far.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I love the fact that you're on your own little journey and exploring. I think that's what life is all about.
Well, I'm hoping to maintain neuroplasticity by learning a new language. And
driving on the wrong side of the road.
And continuing to play music, whether people want me to or not.
But we were saying down in Reberack at the market, weren't we, that actually we feel moving country makes you so much braver. And it levels up who you become.
It's and plus you get the opportunity to reinvent yourself. You know, all these people have never known you before, so all your old jokes are brand new again.
Brand new slates to test on.
I was like, I love that he says that, but I've totally used that before. I'm like, yeah, my whole life is completely reinvented. All my friends watch the podcast, they're like, heard it. No, but I've noticed a big difference in you just since last year, as far as neuroplasticity goes. Like, you were kind of stuck in a rut, and you know, we did talk about a lot of the same stuff. You're talking about all new things now. You're learning a new language. So you've got, you know, a lot of that interest going on, and your vibrance is there. You look healthier. You look happier. There's a lot of good things.
Thank you.
There's a lot of good things going on. So, it's fun. And obviously, he comes to visit. He's fine coming to visit. We just don't want him here on a permanent basis.
I'm not allowed to stay too long.
I just can't cope with all the extra
I'll just get married
administrative
stuff.
Well,
when I move to Reberack, you can have a spare room at mine, Doug.
But, she will have spare rooms as well. It's a big property.
You can come and live with me.
No, I like, obviously, I like it when he comes to visit. Simon loves when he comes to visit. We have a little bit of an adventure.
Thank you. I'd love to visit.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. We're very lucky when you sit here on a Friday afternoon, have a beer and look around. You just think, it was all worth it. You know, all the ups and the downs and the survival mode and the hard days and the, you know, bust tires or whatever. You just think, how privileged we are.
Flat tires and all.
You're gonna have. I mean, and this is the thing: is that, like, you know, it's gone quite smoothly so far with you getting your visa and stuff, but there's all the learning still to come, and situational, procedural things, and that's one thing. Out here, you can always pay somebody to do it.
Yeah,
clearly out there, you can always pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, you can, and there's a varying range of service levels when you pay for somebody to do something out there. Like, I paid for a premium level of visa service. Maybe it was unnecessary, but I had my non-zero visa in 1 day, 25 hours.
Wow.
And they walk you to the front of the queue and they go, say this, sign this, you're good to go.
Yeah. Take a picture.
Yeah. If only it worked that way in France.
Paying a specialist, absolutely, every time, if you can, and the budget allows to, we would highly recommend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if not, then I think being in close communication with other expats who've been through the routine is a very helpful alternative.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you started building a community there.
A little bit, I'm getting started.
Yeah. And I think that's
a great way to do that is if you're a golfer, you just go play golf.
Yeah.
You're going to meet people who are
similar hobbies.
Who are in the same, boat as you are.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah.
Well, it's lovely to see you.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
It's been a good year, and I'm glad you're doing well, and
thank you.
Found the spice of life.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah,
you're very welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is his first visit.
It's been an honor and a privilege.
Yeah, thanks. And don't forget to buy Coppercock gin.
That's right.
That's true.
Right. All the Coppercock.
It's delicious.
Yes. We're gonna go in the pool now. So everyone, take care, and we'll see you next time.